channel. Today we're going to be transplanting some lavender. I need to get this tripod set up though. I forgot to do that. Let's see if we can do this here one-handed. It's going to be quite a chore to get it done because they're huge, and it's a project that we're doing because they're kind of in the way now, and they're pretty big. And so the dream here, I'll show you, this is the lavender that we're going to be transplanting today. It's kind of gotten a little bit weedy, and there is quite a few of them. They're huge. This is the phenomenal lavender. And I mean, oh geez, that's probably 3 or 4 feet wide. This isn't the best time to be transplanting them because they're just about ready to bloom. Hey Gary Sue, welcome. South of Dallas, that's awesome. I'm up in Illinois. But we're going to be moving these lavender bushes into the chicken run, which we don't have any chickens right now. We're going to be getting baby chicks in July. But my thought process is to be putting them along this fence row, and maybe even back there along the back fence, because that would probably be more sun anyway, and then I could also see them from my bedroom window. But they're so thick that I think they should keep some, hopefully at least keep the weeds from getting in there, or like getting into them and kind of, well, doing this. But that right there is crabgrass, which is horrible. So I'm going to try to get that out of the root ball as well, which I'll probably miss some, and then we'll have a whole to do. But anyway, so that's the plan today. This is going to be a huge job, but we've had rain, and the ground should be soft enough to work. So that will be great. So let me get you set up here. Turn you around, get you on this tripod, and we will get started. Let's see, I think we'll start right here. That's my dog Mando. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna dig these up. The plan is to kind of dig them all up at once, and then we will go plant them. They're big enough to split, but I don't know that I want to do that type of trauma to them right now. So maybe that'll be something we do in, after they get established, maybe in the next year or two. But right now, we need to just clear this row out. I want to save the lavender because they're gorgeous, but this needs to be able to be mowed. So that's the plan. We're going to dig them out, fill in with some dirt, and transplant. So let's see here. It's going to be kind of hard to see where the root ball is because they're so overgrown. They're not overgrown. This is how they're supposed to be. But really good though. Trying to get to the center here. Yesterday. Hope you know what I forgot to do. I need to get off of the Wi-Fi and put my microphone back on. I don't think you guys can hear me very well. And this one's not going to want me to do the microphone with the way that it's set. Okay, hang on. I don't know how this is going to work. Hopefully not. I always forget something. I don't know if you can hear me. Gary says his favorite shovel is the Root Slayer shovel. I just have a regular shovel. Can you guys hear me okay? Now that I've switched over from the Wi-Fi, here we go. And Gary, I shouldn't just assume. I don't know if it's, you says Gary Sue, so I don't know if you're Gary or Sue. So forgive me. Anyway, can you hear me okay? Let me know. Awesome. Okay. Thanks, Gary, for letting me know that. Okay, so anyway, yeah, let's try to get these dug up. Okay, so we're going to try to get around the root ball because I certainly don't want to destroy it, but it's so hard to see, especially with all this stupid grass. It'll probably be a pretty large root ball. If we can get 6 to 8 inches down, we will. But it's going to be iffy because I can't even really see where the base of this is. It's so large. There we go. There's so hard to see. Oh my goodness. Hopefully we don't run into any snakes down here. This is just it's a huge, huge plant. Gary Sue, what are you guys up to today? Hey Garden Hoe, hello. You finally made it live. It's good to see you. I was explaining to everyone that I need to transplant this lavender. We're going to take it into the chicken coop. If I can ever find the base of it. It's nice and soft today since we had a bunch of rain. This is going to be some dirty work, you guys. I didn't get to cut these back last year either. It smells amazing. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good. Ooh, got some of those things. Have these, I hate these weeds. They grow this type of like weird, like tomato type of thing, but they're such a pain. Gary Sue says, hoping to plant some dwarf cannas. Awesome. Garden Hoe, what are you up to? All this rain has made it perfect for digging and transplanting. So the ground is nice and soft. What do we have here? Clover. Look at that giant clover. I want to get this crabgrass out of it before I plant it over there. Got some black-eyed Susans right here too that I don't necessarily want to destroy, but they may get destroyed in the process. I hate these suckers, the stupid crabgrass. Crabgrass, I would say, is the bane of my gardening existence. Wonder if I could pull it out from that side now. I don't know. I'm working blind here. Not quite yet. Or all this stupid crabgrass is holding it in. You guys should see these roots. It's just the devil. Look at that. Do you guys have crabgrass? I hate it. Bread says, I noticed your dog in the background. Yeah, I have two, Sweetie and Mando. And it rained last night and there's a lot of lightning and thunder. Also, hi. Yes, hi. Thanks and welcome for the chat. I'm glad you came. It rained last night here too. It was wonderful. Made me not want to get out of bed. But you have to. Especially when you got to take care of the kids. We've got 2 dogs and a cat. Max is the cat. We'll have our chickens, baby chicks again in, is that, oh my goodness. Baby chicks in July. We're going to go pick them up from a hatchery in Missouri. And I'm pretty excited about that because it's been a while since we had chickens. Something got our chickens. And so they died. But then, what am I trying to say? Oh, and then we had ducks as well, but then we gave them to a friend because, you know, I think they missed the chickens, to be honest. But they're so much happier now. They have a pond and even more rural than I am. And I think they are probably just happier. She sent me some videos and they sure look happier. I think we've just about got it up, but I'm not kidding in that I really want to pull out those, the crabgrass roots as best I can, because crabgrass is so invasive that it'll just take off anywhere. Like you just have a little smidgen of a root and it'll take off. It's just evil. Whoa, this is so large I may have to divide it anyway. And then if they survive, fantastic. Oh, we've almost got it. I'll have to move you guys over here so you can see this. Holy cow. Whoa. Boy, that thing is heavy. Look at this, you guys. I'll move you around so you can see. Bread says, bye. Gonna go somewhere else. Okay, bye. Gary Sue, Johnson grass is the worst of where I am. It is huge, Garden Hoe. Look. Here. I'll move you guys this way so you can see. Whoa. Can you see that at all? So for reference, I'm almost 5'10". Comes up to there. It's pretty big. And that's just one plant. But you can see all this, these white roots, like I showed you. That is the crabgrass. And this plant is just, you know, it's got so many of them. That's a lavender root right there. But some of these are not, as you can see. Looks like we've got another plant right here that I missed. Lavender, that is. It's not hot today, so that's good because these will be out of the ground for quite a little bit. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I haven't heard of Johnson grass, Gary Sue. Is it kind of like crabgrass? I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. At the very least, like I said, it's horribly invasive here. And they have sprays and different things to put on your lawn to control it, but, you know, like, I try to avoid anything that could harm, you know, the the different insects and beneficials and all of that. So I don't use things like Roundup if I can help it. Now, I will use it on occasion, but now that I have found a different recipe for some grass killer that I'm going to try, which is just what you guys have probably all seen it as well, circling on Facebook, what am I trying to say? Oh, the vinegar dish soap, that solution. I'm going to try that because, I mean, less work is great, but not at the expense of bees and, the other beneficial insects and different things like that. And so anyway, all right, we're going to scoot him over. Oh my gosh. That is huge. And then we've got here another one. This one has the most crabgrass in it, I believe. You can see here. Gary Sue says, have I thought about having a lavender farm? I have thought about it. But I have 5 kids right now. So we're not doing a whole lot extra, especially because Savannah's 1. For me, this is not a whole lot extra. I used to have this whole grassy area behind me. I'll turn you around and show you. This used to be an in-ground garden. So like, whoa, all that back there to this green tree right here, which is a tiger eye sumac. Used to be, I think it was like 22 by 60 or something like that. Anyway, I've just kind of realized that it's too much for me to be bending over and being down on the ground all the time. So I'm trying to get into raised beds instead of in ground. And so right now, basically the whole point of moving this lavender is so that it's easier for mowing. So I'm just kind of revamping everything. And I wanted to do this today because, like I said, we've had all that rain. And so, look at that. I hate to waste these because you could make little starts of these. But I don't have time for everything. Anyway, the rain really helps with transplanting. So that's what we're doing. Now let's see here. You can see here. Each one of these tiny little roots, see how it's got like this little claw on it, like a crab claw. If I left this in the ground, it'll start a whole new plant. And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't even think I'll be able to get all these out of here. So it'll probably just spread it. But perhaps when the chickens come, they'll eat the crabgrass. I don't know. And they may mess up this lavender, but I don't really know what else to do with it because it's kind of, we'll work on that in a little bit. It's kind of, like I said, it's in the way. But in the chicken coop, the idea is that perhaps they will not scratch the lavender up since it's more of like a woody shrub type thing. But you'd be surprised. Chickens they destroy things. So, that may be a thing that's not going to happen. I don't know. It's just an experiment. We'll try it. If they leave it alone, it'll certainly make the chicken coop a lot more attractive. See, I should have, last year, I should have cut back these really woody stems right here. See that? That should have been cut back last year, but I did not get that done due to having an infant. So, whoa, you know, we just got to do what we can. I'm learning in life that not everything is so serious and matters that much. Of course, it's hard for me because I'm a pretty serious person. Okay, so we got 3 right there. Making a mess of my yard, but that's all right. Garden Hoe says, I just planted some lavender from seed. I hope it reaches half that size. So, okay, so this lavender, I did not grow this from seed. This is, like that giant one over there is phenomenal lavender, I think from Proven Winners. And because we're so humid here in 6B, we don't normally have such great luck with lavender because it'll get like that, like powdery mildew type of thing. And so this is a hybrid that Proven Winners has made, and I love it. So, all right, we're working here. Let's see here. You guys can't even really see. Let me see if I lower you down a little bit. You should. Garden Hoe says she may have to buy a plant or 2 in zone 8A. I hope you can find it and it work for you because it's really nice. It's been my favorite lavender so far. And I'm putting mud all over my face. Ugh. I'll use you guys as a mirror. I don't know if you can even see where we're working. There we go. Anyway, this bumblebee is going to be mad at me. Taking away his food. Okay. These smaller lavender plants right here, these are just some English lavender that I got. I don't think I planted it last year. These are probably 2 years old. Look at those stupid jerks. I hate these. Anyway. So these are just regular English lavender, but these giant lavender plants are the phenomenal variety. Highly, highly, highly recommend if they'll grow in your zone. Because they're resistant, you know, to all those diseases and stuff. We have guys who come and mow the lawn for us because we live on just about 3 acres. And it would take me literally like all day to mow. And so anyway, they come. I often wonder if they're probably like, oh, what is this girl up to now? Because I tend to be out here doing something all the time. But they're really good. He said once he didn't care what I did. He's probably just like, keep your bill paid and I don't care. That's probably what he thinks. All right, there's another one. Not bad. Right here. Hope you can't even see it. There we go. That's not bad. Hey, Chair. Welcome. We're transplanting lavender today. Let me take this over there. We've got 4 plants so far. It's going to be really nice to here we go, onto this giant one right here. You can see it right there. I lost my train of thought. That's okay. Can't even see this one that's so tall. Oh, that's what I was going to say. It's going to be so nice to finally get the push mower out and just mow all these weeds off for the first time, so that this can eventually just be mowed, because the grand plan is to just have this area be raised beds. We'll see how I do at raised bed gardening. I haven't really done too much with it for now, but I'll just do my research. That's really all I can do. What you doing, big boy? You gonna help me? You gonna help? You stink. You smell like wet dog. Yuck. Probably the best thing to do with these while transplanting them is to cut off these blossoms, or at least most of the blossoms, so that they can put their energy into setting roots again in the new spot. But frankly, I don't have time for that. So we're just going to transplant and hope for the best. I imagine there'll be some shock to it, but it's not going to be the end of the world, so it'll be all right. And if they die, you guys will know what not to do. Right, Mando? We'll say, well, that failed. Still getting a lot of this stupid crabgrass. Got these wild onions getting ready to set their seed, hitting me in the face. I think we've just about got it, maybe. It's humid out here, you guys. All right, let's see if I can pull it. Probably not yet, but we're going to try. Oh, look at that. That came right out. Easy. Look at that sucker. It's huge. It's huge. Whew. It's more of that damn crabgrass. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, this will be interesting. Well, maybe not, but you guys will find it interesting because you're gardeners. I just saw this tag here. It's not a proven winners, but it is phenomenal. So phenomenal English lavender, Lavandula intermedia. And I got it from just our local nursery in town. And it's as big as what they claim. I mean, you all see it. All right, let me get a drink real quick. This stuff is so beautiful when it blooms. I really hope I don't lose it, because that would suck. I hope you can find it, Garden Hoe. I really do, because well, it's phenomenal. I know, stupid joke. I'm not known for my great sense of humor. I did some research too before I did this morning, how well it would do, and internet says it'll do pretty good to transplant it, even though this is not the ideal time. Ideal time would be before it flowers, so like spring or fall, so before or after, rather, I should say. Got clover in here, red clover that's just as tall as the lavender. I'll move you guys over. No, can you see okay right there? There you go. Behind me, I'm stepping on it, is the Veronica that I pulled out. Veronica is a host plant for ladybugs, which, as we know, are very beneficial. And like I said, they were in my in-ground garden. It was a beautiful design. I really loved it. It was very peaceful. But like I said, I'm just getting too old to have to be up and down on the ground all the time. So we're making the switch slowly. And my plan is to just add a few raised beds maybe every Christmas until I have the right amount for me. Because there are 7 of us, and so when you're growing food, you kind of want to, get enough for everybody. But with Savannah being so young right now too, it's like, well, what can I reasonably can and still take care of her and, spend time with her, because she's definitely our last baby, and I don't want to waste time doing stuff that didn't need to really be done, Spend it with her while I can. Anyway, going back to the Veronica, I had pulled up the Veronica plants that were in the ground so that we could get the compost into the raised beds. I don't know if you guys saw that video or not, but got to decide where to put it. The original thought process was to put a plant in each raised bed, thereby bringing ladybugs into each garden bed and having it be their host plant, so they live there, their larvae, the whole thing. But I went and filled up my raised beds, and so now it's like I don't have space for them because they're not small. Like this one, it's been sitting out here for weeks already. The roots are starting to die because I just threw them there. I was like, oh, I'll do it. I didn't do it. So anyway, and here's another one that's doing really well. It's trying to root where I threw it. That's okay. There's a ladybug in there. Hello, lady. Whoa, slipping off. There we go. We might be able to pull this one. Maybe. Oh, almost got it. Woo! See that sucker? Look at that. Oh my land. It's got a good root system on it. I'm hoping these will handle this shock, because I really hate to lose them. They've been in the ground for, oh man, I don't even know how many years. At least 3, probably, maybe Maybe closing in on 4. It's so nice out here. Sorry you guys have to hear me huffing and puffing. That's real life though. We're not actors around here. Get sweaty and dirty. I am not a Pinterest mom. I am not a TikTok mom. I'm a mom with 5 kids, barely hanging on by the skin of my teeth. Doing my hobbies that keep me sane. That's what we're doing around here. Whoa, this fell off. I think I'm hitting like a rock or something. This clover's big. Uh-oh, already getting a low battery. Well, perhaps I better show you guys actually transplanting one before I lose my battery on you. Okay, we'll dig this one up and then we'll go put those others in the ground because it already says I'm down to 20%. So, Gary Sue asks, as I transplant them, can I divide them? Yes, you can. But this is not an ideal time to divide them because I'm already transplanting them, and then to chop them in half, maybe they'd be fine. Probably would. But I'm also just kind of nervous. But then again, those are awfully large holes to have to dig into. And the thing is really, this is a gamble anyway, because like I said, chickens are so dang destructive that I don't know that they won't kill these just by having them in there. So maybe you have some wisdom there, and maybe oh, look at that. That one just divided itself. Like I was saying, maybe I do cut them and divide them so that we don't lose as many, because as you can see, I still have quite a few here. So that might not be a bad idea. And I'll keep you guys posted, of course. We can all see how they do together. There we go. That's the second one. Right there. Oh no! And it's divided itself again. It sure would make the holes smaller, which could be helpful. Okay, you guys, this smells so good. I wish you could smell this with me. It's amazing. Okay. All right, so you can see here, it's kind of that line right there. That's a lot of lavender. And we're going to go in that fence right there to do this. So we better get started because I'll probably lose you guys at some point. And actually, I should probably just do a couple and then we'll end it so that I don't lose you guys altogether. So anyway, that's probably going to be the best thing to do. Got my knife. We'll divide them. I think that's a great idea, Gary. We're going to do it. Like I said, smaller holes. And then we haven't moved them all in there. If the chickens destroy them, we haven't lost them all. So, the stuff of wisdom. Whoa. Okay. They do want full sun. So that being said, my thought process, as I mentioned before, was here on the south side, but these rows of Sharon are going to get pretty big and eventually shade that. So I probably honestly should go here on the east side of the fence, because then they'll get a little bit of sun from the south side as well as from the west. So yeah, let me get this stuff in here. Hopefully this won't be more work or biting off more than we can chew. All right, let me go get one. We'll start with the ones that have been out of the ground the longest. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is like 60 pounds. Maybe 50. I don't know. It's heavy. Smells so good though. Okay, so we got this giant sucker right here. I bet we could probably get 4 plants out of that. I'll move you back here so you can see. All right. This is the first one. It might still have a little bit of crabgrass in it, but it does have a pretty good root system. Maybe we'll be able to get those out more too when we divide it. Gary Sue is just full of good ideas. Okay. I hate these. I just want to pick them out. I'm sorry. I know that's not what you guys want to see, is me picking out crabgrass, but it's kind of getting after my OCD. Okay. I think if we just divide this in fourths, see how we go. Oh man, we're into a big stem right there. I can feel it. Thank goodness this is a hardy variety. It's not going to like me doing that though. I can tell you that right now. Ah, it's damn crabgrass. Oh, that's going to be more work than I bargained for, I tell you what. Almost need a chainsaw. Well, let's see if we can't get it with the shovel. Probably not. Let's see. Boy, that doesn't want to come. I have to go back to sawing through it. That's okay. I gotta quit picking at this grass. You guys, it's my OCD. It's killing me. Got the woodiest part of the stem, I swear. If it wasn't so muddy, I would say get a chainsaw. Or an actual handsaw or something. This hori knife is serrated, so that does help, but oh gosh. Let's try it from this angle. Try it again. Whew. At this rate, probably would have been easier just to dig a big hole. But I really want to see if this works, you know? Now, I'm kind of invested. Maybe that got it. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Got some crabgrass too. That's pretty small. Pretty damaged too. I don't know if it'll go. It's got a lot of old growth from last year, but some with a little new growth from the old stuff. If you don't cut lavender back in the fall or early winter, or well, early spring, I mean, it gets really woody like this. And I knew that was going to happen, but you know, 23 and 24, I was pregnant with Savannah and then had her, and it's just like, well, the landscaping takes a back seat because I can't afford to pay people to do it. Oh gosh. We have probably damaged this one so much that if I did just put it in the ground right now, it'd probably be like, yeah, I'm dead. You've made me mad. I'm done. I'm going to die now. That's probably what it'd do. Oh gosh, I know I'm getting into like this, probably like this huge woody stem. That's like the trunk of it. I've probably really hurt it. There's a good one, but it doesn't have any roots on it. All right, that is such a mess. I think what we're going to do is call it a day for trying to split them because they're just too big. So we're just going to dig a hole and stuff it down inside. It's a pretty big hole. Or it's going to be anyway. We're not going to go crazy with watering them in. Let me get these out of here so we can see what we're doing. I'm not going to go crazy with watering them in. We will water them in, of course, but lavender don't like wet feet, so you don't want to water them too much when you're transplanting them. Obviously, they need some for the first couple weeks, but you don't want to overwater. My roses back here are not looking great. Okay. They were covered yesterday. I dug up the poison hemlock, and the poison hemlock was so high that it was covering these roses. And plus, like I said, I didn't get a chance to cut anything back last year. So they just look scrubby. They're still healthy, but they just don't look great. And so, you know, it's time to get them handled, I suppose. I usually think about a project for a while before I carry it out. And like I said, I've been worried that the chickens will just scratch these out. They may not. But not only that, they're so full, I worried that the chickens might get in behind them and lay their eggs back there, and then I won't ever find their eggs. But whatever, if they do that too, who cares? Okay, that's probably not big enough yet, but we'll see if it is. Gary Sue says, I'm impressed by your hard gardening work. Well, thanks. My breath. Let's see. Hopefully it lives. Come on, live, Lavender, live. We've done too much for you not to. Oh, look at that. Boy, that looks like crap. All right. Now I'm really going to get dirty. Have to get down in here. It's still a little wet from the rain, but I don't care. I'm excited to see what this plant will do. Plants are really, honestly, very resilient for the most part. Not all of them. Some of them are drama queens. But I'm kind of excited to see if this will work, because these are very hardy plants. And I would have thought that Veronica would have died with me not replanting it right away. I mean, you guys, it's literally been sitting out of the ground for weeks. And it was trying to get back in the ground. That one I told you that was already rooting. It was trying to get back in there, you know? And plants want to grow. So it's going to be let's see what happens with this. Here's hoping that it takes off. It's not the prettiest thing right now, but if it lives, it'll be a very nice corner. Whew. Okay, we are down to 10% battery. So I am going to just sign off of here and work on getting the rest of these in the ground. And then I don't know if it'll be today, probably not, but maybe tomorrow I will show you guys what I got done. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's always fun to have people to talk to and visit with, because, you know, when you're out here by yourself, well, it gets lonely. And yes, you can listen to the bird song and all the nature sounds, and I do love that, but I'm also one of 9 kids, so I like to have people to talk to. So anyway, thank you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.